Hey, what's going on, people? It's a Boxing Genius TV here today for a podcast. And for today's video, or it's not even a video, it's just a simple talk, I will speak on celebrity boxing in particular, and why I think it's stupid. It's going to be a controversial topic. I'm going to get a lot of people to probably hate me or something. But if you're the real boxer, and if you've been watching boxing for a long time, you're going to agree with me. I do guarantee that a lot of people are going to agree with me on this. So let's take a look at this and let's go ahead and dive into the reasons. Number one, it takes a celebrity to go to the next level. Very simple thing right here. And I think you'll know the reason why. Number one, you'll have a lot of fans. Number two, you'll have a lot of people paying for your fights. And then number three, you have trainers around you who are probably fanboys, who are probably fan of you, who are probably digging into all your bullshit, making you believe all kinds of things because you're a celebrity and you're willing to pay them any price you want. Like if you look at these celebrities and then you look at their trainers are praising them all the time. And it really takes a celebrity to go to the next level in the sense that they are always getting validation, zero criticism. Right? Maybe there's a coach out there who will go ahead and teach them a certain thing and they'll point out the wrongdoings. But for the most part, come on. You really think these coaches are telling them the truth? You really think these coaches are telling them that they're not good enough? They're fucking terrible? They have poor technique? No, they're not. They're just training them and then they're getting the money and then now, boom, they're rich. Right? They're training a celebrity. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? They're gonna get the money and then they're gonna get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Now, they're going to train the celebrity to the point where they're good enough to win against a particular opponent. But who the fuck are these opponents? Who are they fighting against? Fellow celebrities, which makes it even worse. So the mere fact that their opponent is not good enough, the mere fact that their opponent is probably as inexperienced as them, or maybe even more inexperienced than they are, the coaches will not take the training camp seriously. They may take them to the point where they can pretty much throw punches for 6 rounds, but they're not going to take it to the point where, they can beat a professional boxer because they ain't fighting no professional boxer, bitch. They ain't doing that. They're not fighting a professional boxer. They're just going to keep on fighting these fellow celebrities that they got, YouTubers, TikTokers, and then here you go. You got average boxers with millions of fans making more money than professional boxers who've been doing this shit their entire life. And I don't have anything against them. Most of you will come at me and say, God damn, you're a fucking jealous piece of shit. Maybe you haven't made any money out of boxing. That's why you're coming for these people. Well, that's fucking true. That might be true. And the boxers who are ranting about this, that may also be true. We might be jealous of them because they're making more money. But it's not necessarily the money, it's more so the journey and what we put in the sport, what boxers have put in the sport, professional or amateur, I don't give a shit. I think an amateur boxer who has a pretty good record, who has pretty good experience can beat these celebrities 3 at a time. 3 celebrities on the same night, 4 celebrities on the same night. I really think the amateur boxers are qualified enough to defeat these celebrities. I really think that way. And so to sit there and say that we're jealous of you? Fuck no. We wish we made the money that you have, but we're not jealous in the sense that you're popular or you're making more money than us. This is just a disappointment where we've been doing this shit our whole life and you've been doing it, what, a year, 2 years? And now all of a sudden you're gonna get in the ring? I have nothing against, let me clear this out, I have nothing against people who, will probably do it once a year for an event, for an exhibition match or something. I have nothing against that. Look, if Tyson and Roy Jones decide, hey, we're going to fight this year and then we're going to take 5 years off and then we're going to fight again. If Mike Tyson says, I'm going to fight this year and then wait 2 years, I'm going to fight again after 2 years and then wait 5 years and we'll fight again for exhibition, for fun, okay, I have nothing against that. But if you plan to pursue this as a profession and you're going to fight twice a year, you're going to fight 3 times a year, you're going to live the exact same lifestyle of a professional boxer as a YouTuber, this is where I start to have an issue. You see? Now, is there a time where celebrity boxing can be good? Yes. If they actually get to that level of a professional boxer, look, I'm going to respect these boxers. Hell, I'll do a fucking film study on them if they want to. But right now, it ain't happening. Right now, it ain't happening. Number one, their chin has never been tested. How am I going to justify or how am I going to measure how good their chin is? They've never been hit by a real boxer. Number two, the people that they're knocking out is people who are inexperienced, or they are people who are inexperienced. You have NBA players, fucking YouTubers, TikTokers. So you can't trust their power as well. Number three, their stamina has never been tested, and you can clearly see if you look at these fights. You can clearly see how tired they are after 2 rounds, 3 rounds. Number four, it's boring as shit, but because of the build-up, people are always tuning in. And I'm gonna get to that later on. Number two, it attracts the wrong fans. It attracts the wrong fans. It attracts the wrong fan base, the wrong viewers. And I have nothing against kids watching boxing. I have nothing against girls watching boxing because they have a crush on Logan Paul. They have a crush on Jake Paul. I don't give a shit. But here's where the problem arises. The problem arises when people who are fans or people who are a part of the fan base of these celebrities start to think that they can do the same thing that these celebrities are doing. It creates a delusion in the heads of these people. Now, when you attract the wrong fans, those fans will look up to you and then they'll look at you and then they'll think that they can do the same thing. Especially if your fans are up-and-coming celebrities too. You have TikTokers who are thinking that they can do the same thing that Logan and Jake Paul did, because Logan and Jake Paul apparently made a lot of money. Now these TikTokers are going in there and then thinking that they can fight as well. Never fought a day in their life, but they think they can fight for some reason. I don't know why that is. They think they can fight for some reason. And they go in there without considering the dangers of it. Why do they not consider it? Well, it's simple, because they're fighting whack boxers as well. They're fighting inexperienced boxers as well. And again, it creates a false sense of entitlement in these boxers and thinking that they deserve a shot and they have a place in the ring, when in fact, they only have a place in the ring because the people who are fighting them have no place in the ring as well. Which means that they're fighting tomato cans, like most fans call it, you know. So it is sort of a whack thing that has been happening for a long time, but hey, we have nothing, or I can't do nothing about it. Like, celebrity boxing will keep on growing regardless of what we think, regardless of what the boxing community thinks. This shit will keep on going. I just hope that these boxers actually, or these celebrities actually take boxing seriously, because it's not a fucking game. And it's not a fucking joke. To go in there and fight is not a joke. And if you fight, I'm talking to the celebrities right now, if the celebrities fight a decent fighter who has a certain amount of experience, not an MMA fighter, even an MMA fighter, if you take him to boxing, most of them are inexperienced. Most of them can be considered below average. So taking pride in defeating an MMA fighter is not really a big accomplishment in my eyes. Don't get me wrong, they're durable, they're fucking tough, but they're not made to box. Like, most of them are not made to box, and most of them have different backgrounds, you know. Number three, emphasis on the build-up. This is the third reason why I think celebrity boxing is stupid. Now, let's first take a look at this. Or let's first ask this question. These celebrities are whack. They perform horribly. They don't know how to punch. They don't know how to last 6 rounds without taking a breather, without running around the ring. Most of them can't even throw 100 punches a round. I'm not sure about the fucking statistics, but I'm pretty sure most of them cannot throw 100 punches a round for 6 straight rounds. Which is honestly, that's a standard for an amateur, in my opinion, or for a starting pro. Like, you should be able to spar and then throw 100 punches a round for 4 to 6 rounds straight. Alright, be consistent with that. But if you look at these boxers, they're throwing, what, maybe 40, 50 punches a round, which is not bad. For an amateur. It's not bad for an amateur who's fighting 2 to 3 rounds. But here's the thing. How come are these celebrities selling these fights? How are they doing it if their fights are boring as shit? Well, the answer is really simple, in my opinion. It is the emphasis on the build-up. Why is this bad for boxing in the long term? Well, it's simple, because more people will tune in more in the build-up, and more boxers will focus more on the build-up rather than the fight. Of course, we still have some quiet wolves out there like Canelo, David Benavidez. You still have those boxers who don't talk a lot, but they sell fights. Like, they sell fights. But the more these celebrities start to come in, the more we'll see these build-ups, and then boxers will start to see that, up-and-coming boxers especially. And then instead of focusing on having real fights, they'll look at that and say, oh shit, the build-up is pretty good, the trash talking is pretty good. And we'll have an era of trash talking up-and-coming boxers that do not really know how to fight well in the ring. They're not really that great at fighting. They're not really that exciting in the ring. But because they're able to deceive people in the build-up, in the trash talk, in the press conference, now all of a sudden they are selling tickets. And again, this will connect to what I said a while ago. It attracts the wrong fans. It attracts the wrong fans. So the real boxing fans may not buy your bullshit. They might look at you and say, ah, he's just trash talking, but he's boring in the ring. I'm not gonna buy a ticket for that motherfucker. But those fans who are into celebrity boxing and who are into trash talking and all this shit, those fucking casuals will buy the tickets no matter what. And it's a big problem that we have today. Right? The build-up is more emphasized than the fight itself, and when the fight comes out to be boring, who gives a shit? These fans are so damn stupid that they'll keep buying tickets even though the fights are boring in the end. They'll keep on fooling themselves, and they keep on buying this horseshit of celebrity boxing. And I think that will happen to boxers too, real boxers. I think real boxers will just sell themselves by trash talking, and then when they actually get in the ring, they're actually boring as shit. They'll focus more on the build-up rather than the fight itself. And it's a great way to deceive people, but you're not going to deceive no real boxing fan, bro. I'm fucking serious. You're not going to fool real boxing fans who know your horseshit. We can read through it, pretty much. But you know what the problem is? We don't have any real boxing fans today, so, hey. It's a constant roller coaster, trying to go against this trend, trying to go against this fucking, I don't know what to call it, this craze of celebrities just fighting casually without considering the dangers of it and without taking it seriously as well. Like, goddamn, please. You'll see them pulling trucks, you'll see them fucking lifting heavy ass weights, you'll see them training hard. But are they really training hard, or is it just for show? You'll see them pulling trucks. Are they really doing that consistently? You'll see them lifting heavy-ass barbells. You'll see them hitting the mitts quickly. Does that translate to the ring? Most likely, or most of the time, it doesn't. And that's what disappoints me somehow. Like, I wish all the posts that you have on Instagram can translate over in the ring, in the actual fight. So the people can actually appreciate your skill, rather than appreciating your marketing skills. Like, goddamn, bro. Anyway, that was it for this video. No, I still have another reason. Number 4, old and inactive fighters are at risk. Recently we had Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, and we have, look, I have nothing against it if it's exhibition, but if you take it as a real fight, a real professional fight, Mike Tyson returned, or Oscar De La Hoya returned, like, these guys are at risk, like, goddamn, bro. Especially if they've taken a lot of punishment already in their younger days, and then you're gonna bring them back. Like, I don't care what y'all say. If it's not an exhibition, if it's not a charity event, these boxers still have that fucking mentality where they want to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So even if they're 50-year-old, 55 years old, if you label it as a real fight, they're gonna take it as a real fight. And even though they don't have the same speed anymore, they don't have the same power anymore, they can still get hurt. You know why? Because their chins aren't the same. Their ability to take punches aren't the same. Like, taking punches is it's a fucking job, man. If you want to take punches, if you want to be able to have a good chin, you have to take punches consistently. If you take a break from getting hit, the next time you go back in there, you're gonna get stunned, you're gonna get damaged, and you're gonna get badly hurt. So old and inactive fighters, even though they were fighters in the past, if they haven't been doing it for a long time, man, you can even consider them in celebrity boxing also. And they are really at risk if they decide to pursue, or if they decide to get into this celebrity boxing. I think it's already happening in the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight. There are former fighters in there who are about to fight again. I don't know the exact story, but I know that there are former fighters nowadays who are planning to return and be on the undercard of these celebrity boxing matches, or be a co-main event or stuff like that. And I'm telling you, it's really dangerous. It can really hurt them bad because they don't have that same immunity. They don't have that same chin. They don't have that same ability to take punches and take punishment. and they may not feel it right now, but it's gonna attack them 5 years later or 4 years later. You know, they're gonna feel it. Like, God damn, I should have not done. I should have just sat down, and I should have not taken that fight, or I should not have taken that fight. You know. So that was it. Simple video right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Those are my reasons why celebrity boxing is stupid. You can go ahead and debate on this down below, but those are my opinions. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys in the next one. Peace.